Hello and welcome to my little corner of the world. My name is Caro and I'm the Mental Traveler, and today I'm going to talk about a book that belongs in the Star Wars universe that's called Tatooine's Ghost by American author Troy Denning. It was published in 2003, which means it came out a year after Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and some years prior to Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I should also say that Tatooine's Ghost belongs to the Star Wars Expanded Universe or Legends, and what that means is that the story isn't the official canon. The official version of what happens to the Skywalkers after Episode 6 is what we see in Episode 7 in The Force Awakens. And I should also mention that some of the most famous books that belong to the Star Wars Expanded Universe or Legends are those written by Timothy Zahn, the author of the Thrawn trilogy. And I'm saying this because a lot of authors wrote their Star Wars novels based on what Timothy Zahn came up with in his books. What we see in Tatooine's Ghost is sort of a prequel to the Thrawn trilogy by Timothy Zahn. And I want to say that this is going to be a video without spoilers, but in the review section I do have to give away some minor plot details to back up some of my opinions, so you have been warned. There are two storylines going on. The first one deals with Princess Leia and Han Solo. Han and Leia have been married for about 6 months, and they have to travel to Tatooine because Leia has learned that this very famous and beautiful painting that she loved when she was growing up is being auctioned in Mos Espa, a town in Tatooine. And this painting is not only, as I said, very beautiful and a reminder of her early years in Alderaan, but it's also a very valuable asset that the New Republic has to keep away from the remnants of the Empire, since there's this secret code hidden in the painting. And what this code did was that back during the years of the Empire, this code sent secret messages throughout the galaxy to all the Rebel Alliance secret agents that were in these very important secret missions. So if the remnants of the Empire find the painting and learn that there's a secret code hidden in it and decipher it, the welfare of these secret agents, some of them who are still living in lands controlled by the remnants of the Empire, their lives could be in danger, because the Empire would learn about their identities. The other storyline that's described in Tatooine's Ghost is that of Princess Leia and her father, Anakin Skywalker or Darth Vader. Ever since learning that Darth Vader was her father, Princess Leia has had a very hard time accepting this truth. She resents Vader because of everything that he did to the galaxy, to Alderaan, to her family and friends. But once she arrives in Tatooine and she meets Anakin Skywalker's friends from when he was a little boy, and after she encounters her grandmother's diary, which Shmi Skywalker kept once Anakin Skywalker had gone away to become a Jedi, Princess Leia starts to see this other side of her father. She has to go through this very interesting inner struggle to accept that the man she hates wasn't always a bad person. And this is really hard for Leia because since she is having such a hard time to let go of her anger, this could lead in the end to her following her father's footsteps and succumbing to the dark side. I mean, this hatred is really important in her life, and this is gonna be a minor spoiler, but in the novel it's stated that before Han and Leia married, she told Han that she didn't want any children because she feared her babies would inherit Anakin's dark side tendency and they would end up becoming Siths as well. So Darth Vader's actions really have an impact in Leia's life, and we see the aftermath of this in Tatooine's Ghost. Although for those who have seen The Force Awakens or know what happens to the Skywalkers in the expanded universe, this is kind of bittersweet. And I think it's a very nice little book. It's definitely not one of my favorites in the Star Wars Expanded Universe, but since Anakin Skywalker is my favorite character, I think it's very nice and poignant and bittersweet to imagine that in the end, both Leia and Luke forgave their father, because it closes a circle of Anakin's redemption. It was a very predictable book, and nothing really stood out to me as amazing, but Troy Denning does a good job in capturing Han Solo, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, and even Shmi Skywalker's voices. But I do have some minor issues with this story, hence the spoilers. For example, I don't think it's believable that Anakin's childhood friends, who knew him when they were all little kids, 40 years before the start of Tatooine's Ghost, that because he was such a good little boy when he was 9, he could never have become Darth Vader. They didn't even keep in touch after Anakin left Tatooine, so they really have no idea about what was happening to him once he went away. And also, I don't know if I missed existed when I was reading the book or something, but apparently a lot of people know that Leia and Luke are Anakin Skywalker's children, and I don't know how that could be possible because Anakin was supposedly killed while Order 66 was being carried out in episode 3. Not a lot of people knew that Anakin had ended up becoming Darth Vader, or that he was married to Padme Amidala in secret, so how did they know that he had sired two children? I mean, when was this made public? Princess Leia, she kept her adoptive father's surname, Organa, and I think it would have been dangerous for people in the New Republic to discover that Leia and Luke were children of Anakin Skywalker, because eventually someone would have found out that Anakin was Darth Vader, and that would have questioned the alliances of Leia and Luke to the New Republic. And the last thing that bothered me was that if this novel came out in 2003, the author already knew that Anakin and Padme were married, and probably assumed that Padme was the mother of Luke and Leia. But in Tatooine's Ghost, there's no mention at all of Padme Amidala. Anakin's relationship with Padme is my second favorite thing in the whole Star Wars universe, so I thought it was very sad that Padme was never mentioned, or that Leia never showed any curiosity about who her mother had been, or that no one ever mentioned that Padme had been in Tatooine twice. Tatooine's Ghost is a book that deals with Leia coming to terms with who her father was, but she could have mentioned at some point curiosity about her mother, so that was a big letdown for me. Because of all of this, I give this book a rating of 3 stars out of 5. And that's all I can think about right now for Tatooine's Ghost, so I guess this is the end. Thank you all very much for watching this video, my book review of Tatooine's Ghost by Troy Denning. The links to the Goodreads page of the book is in the description box below. Take care, and I'll be seeing you soon. May the Force be with you.